And now it's time for our special guest for tonight, a gentleman who has been busy for the past 5 months building his television show into one of the most popular series in the country. You see him Monday nights as the Sheriff of Mayberry. Here's the star of his own show, Andy Griffith.
Hi, Andy. Hey, Gary, how you coming on?
Good to see you, my friend. Who are all your young friends here?
Well, I want you to meet them here.
Yeah?
Starting right here, this here is Paul Grayson.
Paul,
See?
how are you?
And right here is Jane Hurstfield. Jane. And this is Jonathan Otis.
Look at Jonathan there.
Yeah. And right there is Michelle Rosner.
Hi, Michelle.
Now, you all say how to do to Miss Moore.
How do you do?
That's right.
How do you do?
Yeah, how do you do? They all go to school right here in New York City in the public schools here.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we'd just try a little experiment with them and the family, if it'd be all right.
Well, all right. What will this achieve?
Well, this is Teaching Career Month.
Teaching Career Month.
That's right. And the National Education Association is trying to interest high school seniors and college students and people like that into going into teaching as a profession. As
Well,
you know.
Well,
go ahead. It's your show. You say anything you
I was just going to point out to people who didn't know that this problem is very close to Andy's heart because he was a teacher himself originally.
I was. I wasn't good, but I was loud.
Well, good.
And there is a great... I appreciate it. There's a great shortage of teachers all over the country, and so that's what we're trying to do.
Well, how can the panel help you in that?
Well, they can help us. They're bright folks.
Oh, yes.
And then they can help us show that teaching can be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, they know everything about everything.
I know they do, and that's great to be with a crowd like that.
What panel are you talking about?
You all, everybody knows you. But see, now that's not the most important thing. Children ask questions that they're curious about, that they want to know about, like what is the sky, and what is the earth, and what are trees, and what does bees do, and things like that. And natural questions to them, and they got to see, we want to see if they can answer these questions so they can be understood by a child's mind.
In other words, are they good teachers? Even if they have the knowledge, can they communicate the idea to the kids?
That's right.
All right,
now,
who do you want to start with?
I'll start with Bill, and I'll ask him. I didn't go over these questions with them either. I'll ask Bill a question, and you answer it for Paul Grayson here. Answer it good for him. Now, the question says, why does the moon have different shapes?
Class dismissed. Well,
you know?
Oh, yes. I'm trying to figure how I'm going to... Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Paul, why don't you go out and play shinny or some other game like that? How do you play shinny?
See, now you got another one.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Well, the moon has different shapes because in the moon circulates around the Earth because it is an Earth satellite. The second one, actually, but we'll forget the other one, which landed. But the Earth actually shades the moon from the sun's rays. You see the sun, Paul, remember like this afternoon at like 2 o'clock there was a sun up there and then it went down over New Jersey?
No, it didn't. It got cloudy.
Abraham Lincoln,
You understand that?
Not so much.
He didn't get through to you then?
No.
No. Well, can you explain it to him?
Well, I'd say that when the sun shines, some part of the moon is not facing us because the moon has a very slow turn, so that's why we only see one side. And when the sun shines, sometimes there's black part of that part of the moon, so you only see one part of the moon.
One part of the moon.
Bill, why don't you say that?
I think he's the teacher. He's the one, yeah. Betsy? Now, this year you answer this year for Jane here.
All right.
Now, the question is, where does thunder and lightning come from?
Oh, that's one, the little one here. Michelle says that's easy. Well, you see what it is that when there is cold air and hot air, and the cold air hits the hot air, And there are lots of heavy clouds around. This makes, well, when two
It makes
clouds
Carol
bump,
read.
that makes
Two clouds
thunder.
bump together.
Two clouds bump, that makes thunder.
That's one. You're
And
done.
it's so shocking
That's it.
that the lightning happens.
These two clouds are so shocked to have bumped into each other that they light
explode.
up.
They light up.
They light up. I don't believe it. Do you?
Well, I sort of believe it, except
Thank
in
you,
one
Jane.
thing.
What?
She didn't explain it well. I can explain it
You
better.
explain it.
All right.
When two clouds bump together, they're so great with water that it makes a rumbling sound, just like when the ocean waves come in. It rumbles.
Oh, I see. And that's how the rain falls
And
down.
when the electricity comes, it makes the spark of lightning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, how about those clouds that bump into each other every day? And there's no
And
thunder.
there's no, they don't have any water in them.
Oh.
You ain't got no smart.
Henry, you
Yeah,
gotta
Henry.
explain something for
For
Jonathan.
Jonathan here, he wants
I'd be
to know.
delighted to explain the last one.
No, we're going to go on and get some new information.
See, the
Now,
lightning
tell us where
creates
the
the vacuum and the air bumping together makes the noise, not the clouds. But we'll get back to that.
the air bumping together makes
Yeah.
the clouds.
I think
Isn't that
Andy
wonderful
talked.
to know?
Isn't it, though? I
Isn't
love
that
that.
darling?
Where do mountains come from?
Oh, some came from being pushed up by glaciers,
Yeah.
and some came from the shrinkage of the Earth's crust.
Yeah.
What else you want?
I don't know. That's pretty good.
About it.
How about
Pretty
the
good.
ocean?
Is that clear? Is that clear? Where mountains come from?
Yes.
He said some came from glaciers. You know what a glacier is? Huh? It's a great old big ice cube. Big. And it made mountains and things like that in the Earth's crust, and you understood all that, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like a pie crust that rises, huh? Swap places. Let's go one more
Wait,
here.
and we'll put Bess on the spot here.
Bess Myerson for Michelle Rosner. Now, where does rain come from?
It's all easy.
I don't want to steal Michelle's thunder.
All right. Why don't you answer this one for me? Now, I want you to tell me, why don't your eyelashes keep growing down your face?
Well, actually, they don't because I cut them once a month. Well, let's talk about the...
Well, I don't.
You don't.
No.
Well, why don't yours grow down your face?
Because they're not supposed to.
Why are they not supposed to?
I don't know.
Where does rain come from?
From the clouds.
Yeah, that bump together.
No.
Yes.
I think that's pretty clear. I think they all are.
Funny part about this is that we were able quite easily to get all the information, the answer to the questions, except the question of why, your hair continues to grow. Why do your eyelashes not continue to grow? We call learned men at universities. No one knew the answer. Someone out there must know the answer. If you know why your eyelashes don't keep growing,
They do.
They do, but
They do. They
falling
fall
out.
out.
They fall
That's
out.
it.
Yeah.
Sure, before they get too
And if
long.
you're John L. Lewis, they stay in.
Yeah.
eyebrows,
Where does your
eyelashes.
fingernails
Eyelashes keep
start?
falling out.
Where's your fingernail start? Well, your fingernail is actually hair that is stuck together by a glutinous substance.
No.
Which it is true.
Entertainment people are wonderful.
Sure, the horn on a rhinoceros is
That's
hair.
a rhinoceros.
His hair.
Really?
Yeah, it's glued together.
By
Well,
what?
friends,
Can
it's
he
been
comb
all...
it?
And I tell you another very interesting. Did you know that the alligator on an alligator bag is plastic?
Florida's full of plastic alligators rolling around. Andy, it's a great joy to see what's happened to you in the last year. No surprise
you.
to anybody. I'll be looking forward to seeing you Monday night.
Thank you very
And
much,
youngsters, thank you for being with us.
We wouldn't have missed it for the world. Now get up on your feet. We leave the bench. Come on, come on. Get up on your feet.